There is a crisis in America. It is a crisis that affects the young. It is a crisis that affects the old. It is a crisis that does not discriminate based on your gender or your race. It is a crisis that can affect you whether or not you live in the country or in the city. There's a hunger crisis in America. In 2012, 49 million people suffered from hunger. 46.5 million of those people live below the federal poverty line. 33 million adults and 16 million children suffer from hunger every day. Families with children suffer from a higher percentage rate of food insecurity than families that do not have any children. California is on the top 10 list of food insecure states at 15.6%. The local Feeding America food bank provided stats that show that 70% of their clients come from food insecure homes. 41% of them suffer from very low food insecurity. 76% live below the federal poverty line. And 72% of families with children suffer from food insecurity. Now, as we see from some of these stats, that food insecurity and poverty go hand in hand. But that doesn't mean that just because they live in food insecure households, that they're lazy or they're poor. Many of these families are hardworking Americans who just don't make enough money to live day to day. Many of these people have to make the decision of whether or not to eat or to have enough money to get on the bus to go to work. Parents have to make the impossible decision of whether or not to feed their children or pay the rent so that they have a place to sleep at night. Now, food insecurity does affect some people more than it does others. This chart makes a comparison between food insecure families, and it shows that just under 25% of African American families are food insecure when compared to just about 11% of Caucasian families, and that's also compared to just under 15% of families overall. Similarly, Hispanic and Latino families are at about 24% of food insecurity, and again, just about 11% of Caucasian families, and just under 15% of families overall. The lack of food impacts us both physically and mentally because of the lack of nutrition. Some of the physical problems are listed on the screen, but these are just some of them. Some of the physical problems are lower scores on physical health exams, and there's an increased risk of developing diabetes, as well as high blood pressure and various other cardiovascular risk factors. Children who live in food insecure families are at a higher risk for developing chronic illnesses such as anemia and asthma. Some of the mental health issues are also lower scores on mental health exams, and increased aggression and anxiety. People who live in food insecure homes often have slower developing social skills and lower academic development. Pregnant women who live in a food insecure environment are more prone to birth complications, and their babies are more often not born with lower birth weights. Children who live in food insecure homes often experience delayed development and learning difficulties in their first 2 years of life. Now, I've shown you a lot of statistics and seen what the lack of nutrition from the food issue causes, and hopefully you're sitting there thinking, how can I help? Well, there are several ways. One of the most obvious is to donate money. There are several ways that you can donate, through single donations and monthly donations. A single donation is fine if you don't have the funds to make a monthly donation every month, year to year. And keep in mind that just $1, if donated to Feeding America, provides 9 meals to families. Now think about that. In a household of just 3 people, $1 provides 9 meals. That's 3 meals a day for that day for all 3 of the family members in that household. Another way to raise money is to start your own personal fundraiser. Now, I've never held my own fundraiser, so a lot of times if I were to start doing it, I wouldn't know where to begin. Fortunately, feedingamerica.org will provide you step-by-step instructions, as well as provide you all the tools that you'll need to begin your own fundraiser. Another way is through food drives. Local food banks often hold regularly scheduled food drives that you can partake in. And if you want to, you can also hold, again, your own personal food drive. Now, if you decide to hold your own food drive, make sure that you coordinate with your local food bank. Your local food bank will be able to provide you a list of foods that you should or should not accept, as well as provide you help with food safety and even help with planning to make sure that your event is timed correctly. Now, if you don't have the money to donate, you can also donate your time through volunteering. Several ways that you can volunteer is through tutoring, the repackaging of donated food, and then you can also take that food and deliver it to those families who are in need. One example of this is we have the turkey trot today, to where we've all been asked to bring, at least for the battalion, cans of corn to help donate to help families out here in San Diego. It's not listed on the screen, but another way is to do what I'm doing right now, and that's just to inform you of this hunger crisis in America. You don't necessarily have to get up and give a speech to a large group of people. You don't even have to get up and give speeches to corporations and ask for money. Something as simple as just talking to your friends in conversation, let them know, hey, these people over here, they're hungry. They don't get enough food every day. You may know somebody personally that's not getting enough. You see their kids and they're hungry all the time. They go to bed hungry, and hopefully it's kind of like tugging at your heartstrings. It makes you feel sad for them. But the more people that know about it, the more people we have that can help combat this crisis. Right here I've listed the website for the local Feeding America San Diego Food Bank, as well as the address in case that you want to volunteer and go and help to repackage some food and assist them in any way that you can. If you want more information, you can go to the website. It'll tell you all the different volunteer opportunities that they have, different ways to donate. And if you're thinking about donating money, there's actually a link on the website that you can go, and you can put whatever amount that you want, anywhere from 25, 50, 100, 200, or just your own specific amount if you can't provide anything else. If you even want more information that they may not provide on the website, I provided the number for the food bank to where you can contact them and see about any volunteer opportunities that they may have. So hopefully I've shown that there is showing you that there is a hunger crisis in America, how it affects us, and some of the things we can do. I chose this because I feel that, being in America, that no one should really go hungry. We're supposed to be a land of plenty, but there's, as I've shown you, like 49 million people who go hungry every day. So I did this to try and open up your eyes, and hopefully we can all do something to combat it, because I believe that no one in America should ever go hungry. Thank you.